Hello guys, welcome to the channel The Nutmeg Show. Hope you all are doing good and are safe. So this is me Rahul and this is going to be an all audio podcast and we are doing this for the very first time on this channel. So please support our efforts and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please share this video to your friends as well who follows football. We will be more than happy if this content reaches out to such people. So, in this video, I'll be giving my take on the aspect that Arsenal must improve in the coming season, which isn't very far, as we all know, and what we must do to mount to a top 4 challenge, to a top 4 position. So, basically, in this video, I'll be looking at some key areas that we must definitely improve going into the new season. So, first things first, the performances against the team which we are expected to beat. This is the number one area that we must improve on this season for us to have any chance of reaching the top 4 position. Over the last 3 years, our performance and result against the teams which we are expected to beat has been nowhere near to the required standards, as we all know. Under Wenger's last years, we struggled massively away from home. The same problem has been evident under Emery as well. If we look at the last season, we managed to win both our games, home and away, only against Newcastle United and West Ham United. This is the problem. To finish in the top 4, the results we achieve, both home and away, against opposition from 5th to 20th place is vital. That is a must. Obviously, games against the elite teams within the divisions are important, but the games against the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool won't judge your top 4 destiny. They will instead provide you an indication of how big the gap is between yourself and them. So, this is why the first 2 games which we are having against Fulham and West Ham United are far more important than our trip to Anfield on match day 3. The reason that I say this is because against Fulham and West Ham United, the pressure is on us to impose our game and take the initiative. If we look at our result under the latter stages of Wenger time here at Arsenal, barring the last 2 years, our record against the smaller teams was fantastic. A huge reason as to why we were able to consistently finish in those Champions League spots easily. In order for us to provide more consistency and achieve better results against the lesser teams, we desperately need a creative number 8 or a 10 position that is able to drift in between the lines and supply our attackers. And under Mikel Arteta, we have struggled against teams like Aston Villa, who have played with a low block. As we have seen that after the post-lockdown, we played with a 3-4-3 formation because of the lack of options we have who can play between the lines. We lack such kind of players. This system has been effective against the so-called big teams like City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Wolves, because we surrendered possession and allowed them to impose their game on us. But this system has been very ineffective against the team we were expected to beat. Manchester United had a similar problem in the sense they struggled against teams who sat deep and remained compact throughout the game in the first half of the season. Then the signing of Bruno was a difference, who had the ability to drift in between those lines and create chances. He was the key for Manchester United in terms of delivering greater consistency against the so-called lesser sides. Okay, so we need a player who can provide us with a similar impact. So it's vital that we bring in a 8 or a number 10 position player who can create chances and help us to achieve greater levels of consistency against sides that we are expected to beat, which is the key for top 4. So that is what my take is on that. The second thing is maintaining lead and managing games better, if I can say so. This is another area we must improve on if we are to have a better season. There are so many elements to dissect that has caused us from throwing away points from winning position. We have seen that a hell lot of times in the previous season. But I'll try to analyze the two most important points in my opinion. The first aspect is because we haven't been ruthless in front of the goal, failing to capitalize in key moments in games where we have had the opposition, where we wanted them. Chelsea at home is an example. Obviously, factors such as Jorginho wrongfully remaining on the pitch and Leno's uncharacteristic error were also reason why we didn't get the 3 points. But we had opportunities to kill the game. Willock not taking the opportunity was an example of the fine margins that hurt us in that game. Against Leicester in the first half, the football on display was our highest order. After going 1-0 up, we had numerous opportunities to finish the game, but we lacked the cutting edge. Leicester eventually, towards the end of the game, got the equalizer and walked away with a point. Similar to Chelsea, there were other aspects as well, such as Eddie sending off, Nketiah sending off, which has to be considered. But my biggest regret is always not taking our chances. Next season, we need to be more clinical in such games, as this will certainly help us to reduce the amount of point lost from winning positions. And the second aspect that has hampered our ability to maintain leads, in my opinion, is to drop in energy intensity levels. Under Mikel Arteta, there have been many games where we have sustained high performance level, both in and out of possession for the first half, but we have seen many times that we are burning out and lacking of energy in our play in the second half. That has meant we have had to take a few yards back and surrender possession. Under Arteta, against the big teams, we have defended compactly and resiliently. But the problem, according to me, has been against the lesser sides. The lapses in concentration in the second half has prevented us from holding onto the leads. Like, for example, you can take Palace away or Sheffield United at home. It is clear to me that sitting deep and inviting pressure for the majority of the second half due to fatigue isn't a sustainable approach. So, in my opinion, we need to utilize our energy levels in a more efficient way that we will enable us to provide greater intensity in the second half, which in turn will allow us to dedicate games for longer durations. Despite a short pre-season, I think Arteta knows that he needs to work on this, as we can't keep gassing out too early. And moving on to the third area, which according to me is the set pieces and penalties. Under Emery and Arteta, we have given away far too many penalties. You name it, against Watford, Palace, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Southamptons. There's a hell lot of teams that we have given away the penalty to. These are the games where we have given opposing sides the chance to convert from the spot. Clearly, we must improve on this. We definitely have to improve on this area. In terms of corner and set pieces, we have struggled in this aspect under Arteta as well. Whether we deploy zonal or man marking systems, we must be more efficient, I think. Spurs, Villa, Everton, even Brighton, you take, where we got caught out on a short corner, and all game where we have conceded from corners. The talk of a specialist coach coming in from Brentford is encouraging, as we must improve on this aspect. If we can have a similar impact to Eniaki Kana has had with our goalkeepers, then that would, I think, immensely boost us in this area. Okay, so moving on to signings. This is probably the most important, with Gabriel now confirmed as an Arsenal player and Willian's arrival. So this is certainly a good start for us for the coming season. But we definitely need Partey and a creative number 8 or 10. You can say Yusam Awar. So that will enable Mikel Arteta to play his favored 4-3-3 or 4-1-2-3 system. If we are able to bring in these two players at the very least, then we will be capable of mounting a top 4 challenge, I think. So, hope we look on to such key areas for the coming next season to clinch our spot for the top 4 challenge. So, fingers crossed. I hope we do good in all such areas. So, this is it for now, guys. Hope you like the video. Please share the video, and you can even comment your thoughts as well. So we will definitely try to do such podcasts in the future as well. So till then, stay safe, be happy, and see you soon with more such content like these.